Dollar. Dirt and money, no soul. Had to go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack and flip for my foes. Dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar. Let me watch out for my partners. Keep my money long, get my team strong. Let me run away from my problems.
Yo, what's good, original crew, man? We're back. Casual. How you doing, my boy? We got the one rule of nature. School never taught you.
Mm-hmm.
One rule of nature, school. All right, so
Okay.
what you think this about, C?
I have no clue.
You ever been to nature school? You ever took like nature courses? Any course?
I actually did.
Oh, you did?
Mm-hmm.
She ain't take no damn nature course.
Yes, I did.
Would you take biology? That was enough nature for
No,
you?
no.
What course you take?
I can't remember what it's called.
Oh, Lord. With that being said, before we get into it, make sure you check out the links in the description box.
Down below.
You already know where to go, man. You want the first part, you got to do is check out down below. Also, if you enjoyed today's video.
Liking it with a thumbs up.
Damn, bro. What's the hold up? She is literally just standing here looking like.
I was thinking. Come on, my bad, y'all.
Oh, my God. Let's get into it. Let's check it out. Let's see what's about. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. The one rule of nature school never taught you.
The one rule of nature school never taught you.
Hello, motherfucker.
She wants to come in and just...
That's you.
You have been consistently lied to your entire life, and the biggest source of some of the most unprovoked lies is school. School really told us that this dude in '92 discovered America, that quicksand and giant Venus flytraps were way more of an issue than they ended up being, that writing in cursive was the only way you'd ever be taken seriously, and my personal favorite, whenever a teacher would say, "This won't slide in college." Whole time, your calculus professor at 5 p.m. can end up your beer pong partner by 11. But there's one mistruth that insists on being spread, and before we get to that, story time. So back in the 70s, ornithologists noticed something pretty disturbing, even for them. Fola is a remote island over 200 miles off Scotland, and for generations, migratory birds, specifically Arctic terns and one of the ops of happy feet, the skua, use it as nesting grounds to raise their chicks. And a group of ornithologists noticed a gruesome trend of chicks with pretty graphic injuries. Some chicks looked like they had a leg or two ripped off. For others, the same, but with their wings. Some chicks even had their heads divorced from their body, for sure irreconcilable. And while some of the chicks somehow survived being mutilated, scientists had no idea what was causing this sudden rise in amputees. At first they guessed otters or even hedgehogs, but it turned out to be neither. You wanna know what it was? I promise you'll never guess it. I'll even give you a chance to try. Comment what you think. I bet you're wrong. The answer? Sheep. Yeah, sheep. Scientists observed grazing sheep stumble across a defenseless chick and without a second thought or really even much of a prequel, grab them and eat them. Sometimes the sheep would snap off a leg for a premature drumstick.
You didn't see that coming.
I did not. I was trying to think. I was like, but sheep? No. I didn't think that.
Never thought sheep would be eating some meat, huh? Just think about it. Y'all might be eating that sheep meat. Man. They ate a chicken. Ate a bird. Got all kinds of pesticides all in them.
Sometimes they might grab one by the head and initiate a permanent separation, swallowing skull and all whole. From 1973 to 1980, nearly 700 baby birds have been victimized by the business end of a carnivorous Q-tip. In the grand scheme of things, that's only a dent in the thousands of birds born in that time. Then again, nobody expected sheep to be involved in foul play. And that goes back to those lies I told you about. So in science class, we were taught this rule. Herbivores eat plants, carnivores eat meat, and those with culinary commitment issues are called omnivores. And for a lot of us, that's where it ended, but of course, nature's more complicated than that. It's like a spectrum, and on one end you have obligate herbivores, as in they're obligated to eat just plants or starve to death. Here you got animals like koalas, sloths, and the dead-eyed plush toy, the bear cuz. Then you have the same concept but obligate carnivores, like cats, of every kind. And smack in the middle are your omnivores. But there's also facultatives, and basically that means most of the time you'll find them at one end, but every once in a while they'll borrow a meal plan from the other side. Polar bears are hypercarnivores, with most of their calories coming from seals, but rarely they'll switch it up to berries, seaweed, moss, and even straight up grass, which makes them facultative carnivores and not an obligate like a lion. And since we're already on bears, pandas are a good example of facultative herbivores. I promise it's gonna get less complicated, but the yin-yang yogi's defining personality trait is being a bamboo merchant. But every once in a while, they surprise us, like when this panda was caught in 4K eating a past tense wildebeest, or when the DreamWorks jockey chased, caught, murked, and ate a peacock. They've also been known to hunt pikas. That's a pika. So even though most of what goes down its gullet is bamboo, protein in the form of meat is never really off the table, which makes them facultative herbivores. And they're not the only ones. Almost the opposite. Almost every herbivore you can think of is actually facultative, even the ones you wouldn't expect. That's how the Good Vibes vegan aqua blimp has also been known to snag fish from nets for themselves. Then you got the normally vegetarian shell jockey the tortoise, turning a rabbit carcass into a cookout. They've also been known to plot on and consume unlucky birds. To be fair, if you can literally fly but get taken out, that's more about you than him.
They snap for real.
Oh my god.
That's the turtle snap for real. Go.
There was even that time India released 25,000 flesh-eating turtles to deal with the whole corpse population problem in the Ganges. It didn't work, by the way. But by far, the biggest culprit of covert carnivory are deer. The same deer that's usually the poster boy for the middle child of the food chain will occasionally get calories from something like a bunny. A couple years ago, researchers wanted to see just what happens to the human body after the soul evacuates, and basically set up these body farms to see how they decompose. As you can probably guess, photos would go viral featuring deer chewing on human bones, scavenging through the man-made remains like vultures. In 2015, researchers in North Dakota set up nest cams for a 24-hour live stream of the hatchlings, and not only did the footage catch deer enjoying an extremely late-term omelet, the cervids actually outdid the foxes and weasels in that area, i.e. the ones you'd expect that from. And it wasn't just them being opportunity merchants, some of those deer went out of their way to get to them. And in Canada, scientists were looking—
Y'all out here killing deers to eat them. I'm saying, them deers, you don't want all that.
I mean, everything else you done ate something else.
I don't eat that. I don't eat red meat.
I'm not talking about just no red meat, child.
I eat chicken. Some fish. The fish I eat, they ain't finna be gobbling on no other fish.
Yeah, they do.
No. So you eat fish that gobbles on other fish?
You don't know what they've been doing? Was you down there with them?
Yeah. You know,
like what? Okay, yeah.
We get it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You have water.
We know that's a lot. But anyway.
But no, like it just makes.
I don't know why I'm so like I'm not surprised, but I'm like.
But it just makes you reconsider a lot of things in life. You like, damn,
I guess
these
nothing's
animals
ever off the table, so it's kind of like.
I most definitely ain't never eating no more pork. I most definitely ain't eating no more pork. If you pull a cow, what if you pull a cow? Because we only know cows eat grass, you know what I'm saying? But if I see a motherfucking cow chowing down on that's that mad cow disease.
study different species of birds and so trap them using mist nets, only for the unhinged ruminants to stroll in and eat the trapped and struggling birds alive, right out of the nets. Growing up is realizing Bambi would have 100% turned on Thumper if times got tough. It's now believed that a nutrient deficiency and a food shortage is really all it takes for an animal to go from herbivore to fernivore. Because one thing about animals, they don't care. A deer not finna pass down a chance for easy protein just because the textbook says they shouldn't. The twist is, almost every herbivore on Earth is facultative, meaning they'll take a page out of a predator's playbook if circumstances call for it. That's how you get normally docile horses treating baby birds like popcorn chicken, or that time cows in Australia were caught slurping pythons like fruit roll-ups, all because they were apparently fiending for phosphorus. Even giraffes, yeah, they're not safe either. The verticality merchants of the—
Why the cow look like a—
What are you saying over here? You
No, the cow. Why did giraffe look like a crackhead though?
He was cute.
No, he looked like a.
He was cute though. He was cute. Or she, I don't know.
They're just sitting like, boy, you need to go to a barbershop.
That's cute.
I tried to hook myself up in the mirror. Got a little plug.
I couldn't see his dog.
safe either. The verticality merchants of the motherland will often feed off the bones of other animals. Not really swallowing them, but more like licking and sucking on it, so their saliva can leach off nutrients like calcium and phosphorus. There have also been cases of the camel leopard cosplaying antelope snatching up birds to feed on their misfortune. So far, we've learned 3 things. 1, most herbivores are about as vegetarian as their options. 2, baby birds are really the Kit Kat bars of nature. And 3, now you see why Marty did everything in his power to get up out of there. His entire friend group would have had his hide if it got to that point. Which of course brings us to hippos, and this is where things get complicated. At this point, it probably surprises exactly none of you that the 4-legged assassination cetacean can have a hankering for flesh. Hippos have been seen eating carcasses, and even resorting to cannibalism. It's complicated because for a while we thought it was the same deal as before, just animals switching it up when their primary food source is compromised, which would make hippos facultative herbivores, there's that word again. Except, more and more scientists are coming to the conclusion that hippos eating meat aren't just scavenging or being opportunists, it's just hippos hippoing, as in hippos will put themselves in a position to catch a body and subsequently feed on it. There have been reports of hippos murking livestock and seemingly predatory assault at a food. And some even believe hippos will purposely park themselves in a river. Migrating animals have...
I'm sorry. Fuck. I'm trying to turn the volume up for the people. You looking at me like...
I know what you was trying to do, because it was a little low, but I'm like, dang.
Sorry.
Predatory assaults. And some even believe hippos will purposely park themselves in a river. Migrating animals have no choice but to cross, just so they can turn the casualties into calories. Sometimes that involves punking crocodiles out of food. And of course, you already know, hippos are not above feeding off friendly fire. All this means, hippos might not even be herbivores at all, but identify closer to the omnivore side of the spectrum. And that's why it's complicated, because now you're probably asking, what's the difference between a facultative herbivore and a straight up omnivore? And there's an answer. I just really couldn't tell you. Like, you could say facultatives eat mostly plants but can resort to meat as a fallback, where omnivores can normally go either way, but I'd be lying if I said I didn't just make that up on the spot. The moral of the story? It's way more complex than just putting labels on things and calling it a day. For example, that is a common duiker, and it's an antelope less than 2 feet tall found in sub-Saharan Africa. And I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's the only antelope that regularly eats meat. Along with the shrubs and grasses you'd expect, the meal plan for this antelope undertaker often involves combing through corpses, along with lizards, frogs, small rodents, and, you guessed it, baby birds. And because a good percentage of their diet requires other animals to diet with the T silent, I'd call the duiker an omnivore. But then, you got this. The tree-loving, pretty privileged acorn hoarders of the rodent world. Many will tell you that with a grocery list of mostly plants, fruits, nuts, and seeds, the squirrel is mostly herbivorous. But squirrels are also infamous for raiding birds' nests and turning pre-meat poultry into
See, that's why I'm mad when y'all daughter in front of the cars. You hear them. Now the bunny I feel bad for. He was just hopping along. He tried to give me a jerk. And he got stuck.
That's not funny.
You can look at it live now.
No, I still won't. I was sad.
And yeah, they do this a lot. On occasion, you'll see squirrels pack up chickens and snakes. There was even a story of a pack of Russian squirrels ganging up on a stray dog and eviscerating the canine alive, each scurrying off with their share of flesh. Yeah, not so cute now. They're not the only rodents that go rogue either. Normally, grass-eating prairie dogs have been known to savage baby ground squirrels, and on rare occasions, even eat the remains. In case you're curious, they do this by shaking the baby violently until their existence gets revoked. That's not even my worst rodent fact in the chamber. In 1995, a 43-year-old woman was found deceased in her flat with facial lesions and lacerations, and the fact that she was naked from the waist down, first responders thought it was a special victims unit kind of crime. Except it was later determined that she had expired to pneumonia. The desecration of her corpse was caused by her pet golden hamster. Not only did the pet feed on her vacated vessel, law enforcement would find the hamster's makeshift burrow containing human skin, flesh, and muscle tissue. But that shouldn't even really be a surprise since hamsters are known cannibals, but what you might not know is that sometimes it can be caused by corn. Researchers at the University of Strasbourg found this out by accident when they tried to figure out why the female hamsters under their care kept dommering their own children. Through some likely traumatizing trial and error, they figured out that just a corn diet was leaving the hamster missing vital crucial vitamins, specifically B3. They figured that out because once they added B3 back into their diets, the mother hamsters suddenly remembered how to mother. And the crazy part is, that can happen to people. Vitamin B3 deficiency can lead to pellagra, a disease associated with diarrhea, dermatitis, dementia, and eventually dying. So in a weird twist, an unbalanced diet can really lead to spawn-wrecking rodents, and they're not the only known cannibals in nature. Chimpanzees are a great example of animals don't care. Chimps have been known to de-life their rivals and devour the body. Now to us, it's horrific and it makes chimps the spawn of Satan. To a chimp with no legal system or a sense of morality, just a will to live, it's common sense, murking your rival to protect your food supply and not letting easy protein go to waste. And before you judge, early humans reportedly made the brains of terminated children a somewhat regular part of their diets. But I think people forget chimps aren't just violent pseudo-vegans, they're legit predators. As in, they'll work together in coordinated attacks on prey like colobus monkeys. Which, isn't all that different from getting disemboweled by a pack of Olympic-level parkour zombies. They've also been known to hunt bush babies, that's a bush baby, by using spears. But with all the chimp carnage on this channel, them having carnivore tendencies should really be no surprise. The plot twist is, even the pacifists of the great apes can be on predatory timing. Most people, including me about 2 weeks ago, see orangutans as a good vibes hippie vegetarians of the primate world. Which is almost true. Ginger apes eat mostly the stuff you'd expect, fruits, figs, leaves, maybe some termites to go with bird eggs. But then you got this, an orangutan tearing apart a slow loris. The same one known for being venomous, which orangs figured out how to neutralize by using the loris's natural weakness.
Oh, God.
Bro, something that can put you down.
Baby, you up there just chowing down, child.
Real. Chinatown, headed Chinatown.
Force trauma in the form of a bite through the skull. Now to be fair, a meat-eating man of the forest is remarkably rare. But then again, chances are, before this video, a good number of y'all probably thought orangutans were only a threat to pieces of fruit. The same way a lot of people feel about toucans. Well, this roided up woodpecker, which is actually what toucans are the more you know, has also been known to put bats on permanent leave from life. Yeah, that's the part Fruit Loops commercials ain't show you. They're also one of the many animals on the list of population control for baby birds.
Oh,
you thought that was a mammal thing? Well, toucan play that game. Yo, who wrote this script? I did. I wrote it. I'm sorry. But birds in general will eat virtually anything that doesn't pack them up in the process. Seagulls have been seen scarfing down squirrels with zero remorse. And I'm pretty sure there's at least one person in the world down a dog thanks to this flying antichrist. But the biggest example of feathery is what happens on Malcus Island. This is where we go full circle. This island off the coast of South Africa is a nursery for the thousands of Cape gannets nesting here. Which would probably be a good idea if someone ain't snitched to the pelicans. Because a population of white pelicans started traveling to Malgus just so they can swallow gannet chicks whole, often right in front of their parents.
Wow.
And if one was unlucky enough to have both parents out at sea, that's just an easy lick for this attack on Titan pterosaur.
Wow.
It gets worse when you realize the half-digested, fully molested baby birds often end up being regurgitated for the pelican progeny to eat. And you thought they just ate fish. Predators come in many forms, and one island in the Pacific is home to one of the most unlikely. Because if you bleed on the wrong island, you can attract a pack of coconut crabs. Not only is this satanic manifestation in the form of crustacean attracted to blood, they're more than enthusiastic scavengers. In a study done on Nikomoraru Island, it took the homicidal hermit crabs a week to completely undress a pig carcass down to the bones. But with pinchers strong enough to humble a coconut,
I bet y'all ain't going to get them king crabs in the mall. Crab legs, got that cream. He eating on flesh. Real, man. Y'all gonna stop eating that damn scavenger meat. All I gotta do is see one more. Bye. I'm going bye-bye.
a week to completely undress a pig carcass down to the bones. But with pinchers strong enough to humble a coconut, the killer crabs are more than capable of catching their own prey, especially when they can climb trees and ambush sleeping birds. This video was taken of a crab after it had snapped the hollow bones of a seabird. The part you don't see is where a group of crabs arrived at the injured and incapacitated avian and proceeded to tear the bird apart. They've also been known to make a meal out of rats, cats, and maybe even humans, because a grisly theory on the disappearance of Amelia Earhart was that a cluster of crabs got to her before anyone else could. And the worst part? There's no guarantee she was relieved from life by the time they got to her. Because even though Mr. Krabs on creatine normally goes for fruit, just like most animals on Earth, they're only as vegetarian as their options. Hug your loved ones, stay safe out there, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Oh, speaking of which, my eye's fine. I got LASIK, so I look like I lost the fight, but I also got the gift of sight, so it's alright. Alright, peace out.
Bro, I'm telling you, man.
Wow.
Makes you look at things a lot differently, huh? A lot differently. Yeah, y'all better be safe out there consuming half of the y'all consume. You know?
Gotta be careful with everything now.
That's facts. It's big facts. Not on the lookout for big facts. Hey, man. Learn something new today. Hopefully you learn something new today. Hopefully you learn not to trust all your food sources. You know? You never know what you eating and what's in the eight. You know? Check your insides. Hey, man, make sure y'all continue to spam us up in the comments. Y'all let us know y'all thoughts and opinions down below. But as always, I do go over the name DJ New Kid. This is
Sierra Coast.
We are.
Go and get it, ain't no time to kick it. Got a stack of flip for my foes. Dollar, 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 dollar. Please tell me you can hear me. Don't turn your back and don't neglect me. Just let me know if you need me. Dollar, 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 dollar.